Welcome to Just Ask Cher Live. My name is Cher Jones, and I have a super exciting episode for you guys today. And of course, I got my timer going, and let's just show you where we're at. As far as, let's see, we've got 29 minutes and 35 seconds. Okay, I can do this. And today is all about being opportunity ready. So I'm going to talk to you about what that even means, and of course, what it takes to be opportunity ready. And of course, you know my scroll stoppers. I have something pretty cool for you, something that you need to start thinking about when it comes to leveraging specific, I don't want to give it away, but just know it's good. As well, tap that app to P's. I have a great app that I want to share with you. Well, it's a website this time, and it's going to make you look like a boss online with your email signature. I love it. I've been using it for a long time, and I recommend it to a few of my clients over the last week and a half or so. So I thought I would share it with you too. And of course, get your questions ready. Because this show is all about making sure that you are branded and social for business. Because what I do is I work with entrepreneurs and B2B professionals and teaching them how they can incorporate their personal brands as well as social media into the day-to-day jobs so that they can accomplish what they want, both from a career perspective, but also when they're at work, the things they need to accomplish. That's what I do. I show you how to do that. I show you how to integrate social into your work life so that you're using social media for work. I know, crazy concept, but it's happening and it's live, and I'm going to make sure that you know how to do it. So the one thing that I would love to know right now is who's online? Are you watching? Are you seeing this right now? Let me know. If you're watching this live, I would love for you to say Team Live in the hashtag. I'm going to tell you, I did copy that. I was watching Richard Moore's broadcast this week, and let me tell you, he's awesome. And he did that, and I was like, damn, that's a really good idea. I'm totally biting that. So I did. And so I want to let you know, and I'm just making sure, yeah, I'm online. I can see that, which is awesome. I'm just making sure that you guys watching? Let me know. Team Live, hi. Lisbeth, hi. Jonathan, hi. Sherelle, hi. Trisha Ann, hello. Kashal, hi. Lottie, hi. Wow, I love it. You guys are already here, ready to learn. You guys ready? Type Team Live in the comments. If you're watching the replay, don't worry. I got love for my replay viewers too. I actually go in after my broadcast and respond to everybody that I possibly can. So don't feel like just because it's not live, I won't respond, because I do. Because I love the fact that you showed up to watch me. And for all my live viewers right now, you guys are just awesome. All the way from Louisiana as well. Woo! I love it. Okay, so without further ado, because it's again 26 minutes left. I'm going for this 30 thing. I think I'm on to something. But here's something else I wanted to ask you guys before I jump into the show. This is when this airs live, for those of you watching live, it's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Is that too late? Should I try a daytime slot next week? So where I was thinking is possibly 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. So around your lunch break, if you're taking one at lunch, you can come and join in. I want to know, what do you think of this time slot right now? 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or do you prefer coming to watch live during the day? Let me know in the comments below, okay? Because I'll be checking them. I'm going to make sure we look at them in just a few moments. So definitely let me know what you think. And let's see. Ooh, lots of Team Lives. I love it. Charmaine, Lionel, Kurt, hey, from North Carolina. Love it. Martin, Adrian, Carter, Camille, Jonathan. Oh, you guys are just amazing. I love all of you guys. Tiffany, thank you. Bertina, thank you. I've got some regulars now, which is super excited. So especially from you regulars who have been tuning in. And of course, Doug and Dila and Sherelle. Oh my gosh, y'all are the best. So let me know what you think of a possible time change. I'm going to test it out next week because I'm a marketer. We test things. But now let's go into business. So I wanted to show you guys a post that I saw. So let's move into this post for a second. And it actually sparked this week's broadcast. So let me show it to you. Give me a second. And this post was from Ryan Mitchell. And basically he said, question, if I'm not a business owner selling my services or products, why should I post on LinkedIn? This is another question I receive constantly, so I will post an answer publicly. The answer is we're living in a fast-paced world, ever-changing business world, a world that is so much smaller than it was. So we're in a community where whether we know it or not, as workers and entrepreneurs, with constant practice on products, tools, and experiences, the best way to show that you know something is to teach it. And then by contributing on this platform, we have a chance to share our knowledge while growing in the process. So whether it's audio, video, short text, with pictures or long form text, it's important to share your knowledge, and it's a win-win. So he'd like to hear from people like myself, Paul Carrick-Brenson, who is also a mentor of mine, Adrian Porter, who has an amazing podcast, and Michael David Chapman. So he wanted to know basically why are people asking that question? Like, why should they be on LinkedIn? So I have that question for you. Why are you on LinkedIn? The one thing that I do know is that you only search for a job, maybe actually search for a job, probably 5 to 7 times in your lifetime. There are stats to say you will change jobs up to 15 times according to LinkedIn, but you're only really looking. The rest of the time, you can't be wasting this platform just because you're not looking for a job, or if you're not an entrepreneur, just because you're not out there, you're not out there looking for clients. But this is an incredible platform that you should be ready at all times. And I want to make sure that you guys are opportunity ready, because there's so much out there. There's so many things that you don't realize that you are getting a seat at the table when you're not even in the room. So I have 5 quick tips that I want to share with you guys while you're here with me. And I'm just going to, in the meantime, also make sure I'm up in the comments here as well. So many team livers. I love it. From Detroit. Oh, you guys are awesome. Okay, so back to let's focus here. This is my ADHD kicking in full steam ahead. So the whole thing about being opportunity ready is about showing up. So you saw that post, and it really got me thinking, because my thing was, not only do you have to teach as a great way of showing content, but when people are looking you up, when people within your organization are looking you up, when your clients are looking you up, when prospects or even leads are checking you out, how do you show up? You don't show up opportunity ready if you look like you're looking for a job. That's not going to serve you in any way other than when you're looking for a job, because we position ourselves in completely different ways when you do that. So the one thing that I want to give you are some tips, 5 to be exact. And my first tip is know what they are looking for. So the first question is, well, who are they? Well, now you have to be asking yourself, who do you want to be looking you up? So is it a client? Do you want clients to look you up? Do you want clients to be checking you out? What is it they need to know? So not only what are they looking for, what do they need to know about you? They want to know your expertise. They want to know what you bring to the table. You want to start taking an inventory of what they're looking for. They want to know that you're credible, that you can help them. They don't want to know about the sales awards that you've won if you're in sales. Or let's say you're in an organization and you want to work on a specific project, or your career pathing from a leadership perspective, or you're doing things from within the organization, like you're volunteering on certain committees. Who is looking you up and what are they looking for? The question is, you are not opportunity ready so that's not really a question, it's a statement. You're not really opportunity ready if when they look you up, they're not finding the answers that they need. So again, being very audience aware is super important. So recognizing that will help you do the next thing. This one's kind of an obvious and something that I will always talk about because it is your make or break when it comes to your personal brand, quite frankly, is how you actually rock your profile. So that's something that you need to do. You need to have what I call a service-centric profile, something that when I look you up, I know exactly how you can help me or perhaps somebody that I'm referring you to. Because when you write your profile in the right way, if I'm reading it and I'm telling somebody about you, I have the language I need to talk about you. Not the language of what you've done. That's less important in the very beginning. It's more about what you can do, the things that you can do for me in your role, the things that you can do for me in the project, the things that you can do for the team. You have to start thinking about that because your clients, other people within the organization are checking you out. There are so many different opportunities. People within your industry, if you're speaking at conferences, all those things are coming up. And if all those people are looking for you, are you opportunity ready? Depends, one, if you're positioning yourself for what they're looking for and making sure that you've rocked that profile. But also, here's another thing to think about. Showcase content. So you're probably wondering, like, what do you mean, showcase content? Showcase content is kind of like, I just made this term up, but it's like your show off content. I realize that there's certain content pieces that I have created over time that I constantly share with people. There's two incredible things that you can do. So back to that original post, which sparked this entire opportunity ready thing. It was all centered around teaching and how we can showcase what we know by teaching. You can do that through your content. So again, thinking about what they're looking for, and then also having content ready on tap that you may have posted. Maybe it could have been a year ago. I've had videos that I posted over a year ago that I still share with people on LinkedIn when they ask me questions. Because the whole purpose of me creating these videos is to help you, show you what I know, and to also give me the opportunity to actually help you in a way that is tangible. So I'm going to jump into the questions in just a second after I take a drink of water and continue explaining. Okay, so you want to have content that you have created. This is usually a little bit more I guess it would be more on the thought leadership side. You're creating content that shows what you know and that helps people. And then keep track of the links. Because what you may not know is on each post that you create, especially on LinkedIn, there are, and every network, there is a URL attached to that specific post. So I have a spreadsheet that specifically has all of my showcase content on it so that when I can help people, I can just simply grab the link from the spreadsheet and share it. Because what they also get to see is the social proof. So you're literally sharing the comments, you're sharing your engagement, and you're sharing more of that. So it's really helping you qualify to your audience that you really know your stuff. So start thinking about what it is they're looking for and the content that can prove it. Got me? Okay, before I go on to point number 4, I'm going to take a quick look at what's going on here. I got to refresh what's going on. All right. I love this. Joe, hey. Andy, thank you guys for all jumping in here. Sorry, this is the best way for me to look at it is on my phone. It's kind of rude. I'm like talking to you, but then I'm looking at my phone, but I'm talking to you and looking at my phone. Okay. Martin, I will share. I shared with you. You asked me about the software and the platform in the last episode, and I answered, but maybe you didn't see it. So I will share that at the end. Promise. I'm just seeing if there's any questions before I jump in. So bear with me a second. Kashal, thank you for saying that you're excited to see me. And Brandon, yes, showcase content. I love it. So these are the things that you guys need to work on. So let me move on to my next point. And again, if you have just jumped in, let me know if you are team live or team replay in the comments, because I'm just seeing how many people are just able to get here live and then how many people are watching on the replay. And I do want to know, liking this 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time slot, or do you want me to move it to 12:30 on Tuesdays Eastern Standard Time? Let me know in the comments. I'll be watching and tallying. So back to my points. All right. So again, know what they're looking for. Rock out your profile with a service-centric approach so that they know exactly how you can help them. Create your showcase content, so those awesome pieces that people really understand what you do and how you serve. Now, the next thing is showing up. So you might be wondering, well, what does that mean? So where I see an opportunity, especially from an entrepreneurial minded person, so that's somebody within an organization that's leveraging their brand to get visibility, is going on to the corporate accounts and engaging with the content that is there. Because it's really interesting because there's not a lot of engagement from a corporate account perspective, and yet people are watching. The right people are looking, because when you look at anybody who's in the C-suite level and the executive level, they're seeing how they're looking at the main social. They're not really as much engaging with other people, but they're looking at the main social to see what's posted and probably reposting it. If you comment in there, that is also getting the visibility from within your organization. Showing up also means, of course, making sure that you are showing up where your clients are, where your industry is. So that means, again, that engagement that I talk about every single week. I know I might feel like a broken record sometimes, but if you're not engaging, if you're not showing up online, if you are just going like this on LinkedIn all day, reading comments, reading articles, and not doing anything, you're showing up, but you're not doing the work. So you're not really showing up. You really have to get in there and start becoming visible, because you have this awesome profile. You know what they're looking for. And also you got to show up in the comments. You got to show up at events. Another way to show up is by, especially when you're in an organization and you're at events, you can take pictures and share them, but make sure there's some value behind the share. But I'll have to go deeper on that for another time because I got 12 minutes left. Good Lord. All right. This one's a really interesting one. So the final one is be ready to respond. And this one is something that I'm learning to get better with because I feel it's super important. So what you may not have, especially if you're an entrepreneur, or especially if you receive a lot of questions and you need to respond to the people who are talking to you. So having some templated responses is around maybe someone who's asking you a little bit about your services, and you have a link to your calendar, or you get the same question all the time. You can have that set up in your notes. Some people, and you can do this also on Instagram as well, where you can have canned responses saved into the network. I've seen another, I think it was Bryn Tillman. She did a video a while back on how you can save canned responses with your keyboard, with little keyboard shortcuts. Don't have the video, but she's definitely somebody you want to connect with as well. So there are some awesome ways that you can have certain responses that you're constantly getting, and these questions that you're getting, and you just need to respond quickly. So that way, as you're attracting the attention, because you're being more strategic and opportunity ready, you can be efficient in how you respond. So does anybody have any questions about this? Because these are things that if you are not opportunity ready, you're not taking advantage of having a brand on LinkedIn, because it's not for job seeking. It's not just simply as an entrepreneur having to be out there. It's you never know when you're at the table. There are so many opportunities that you don't even know you're in the room, but your profile is. But somebody is talking about you. So you got to make sure that you're showing up. All right. So I'm going to take a look now. Holy, I talk a lot. So let's see here. All right. Lots of comments. Guys, having a good time. Great content is a reminder. Yes, I love that, Gerald. It's so true. It's a reminder of how smart you are. Right? It's a reminder of what you know. It's a reminder that you can help. I love that. 9 p.m. is great. This time is perfect. I love that. So I'm going to take a look at that. Please keep it in the evenings. Oh, so you guys are night owls like me. I love it. Okay. Yeah, lots of content. Let's see. I'm going to go through. I'm going to come back in a second. Some people are saying during the day. But lots of team livers. Thank you guys so much for letting me know that you are watching live. And oh yes, the nails are popping. Thanks, Liz. Elizabeth, thank you. All right. So that is the first part. Are you opportunity ready? But now, hope those tips were helpful. And I've got 9 minutes left. Oh my gosh. All right. So the scroll stopper. This one's really interesting. And this one, you guys can either love him or hate him. But Gary Vee, the one thing that he always talks about is watch what I'm doing, because he's always at the head of the curve. Like he's up there. So you guys have heard a lot of LinkedIn experts, including myself, talk about the fact that documents are definitely getting space and earning space in the newsfeed. So here's something that Gary Vee did that I thought was really cool. So bear with me a second. Okay. So he did, instead of doing a document, which I've seen a lot of people share documents, he did sort of like a cartoon, sort of meme-like document, right? And basically he's talking about stop overanalyzing and overthinking. So it caught my attention just because it was like a meme. It was something that I could quickly look at. And basically you look through it. It's just 4 pages. I'm never going to download it, but it stopped me. So ultimately, he's trying to encourage you, just pick one and do it. And so the best part about this, and this is what I want you guys to take away from, is this last. So this number 4, what's one decision you're trying to make? Leave a comment below. So not only did he have this amazing, eye-catching piece here, what he also did is he had a call to action. And he's getting a lot of engagement. Of course, he naturally does, but still, you always want to think of catching the attention in the newsfeed, but also asking for the engagement. So this is another great way to use documents when it's not really a document. You can create things like this in Canva. You can use, and here's a cool tip, if you guys have Bitmojis, I used to use them a lot. You can create these cartoon sort of characters of you using Bitmojis. That might be fun too. And so that's just an idea of ways that, as long as you're adding value, and remember, it's not just silly stuff. He's talking about procrastination. He's talking about productivity, things that can actually help you. So think about how you can leverage that. Okay, so next thing we're moving on to is tap that app. All right, and remember, tap that app. Well, this time is not an app, but it is an amazing website that I've been using actually for a few years now. And I think it's worth the investment for those who are entrepreneurs. But let me explain, and then I will jump back in. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, I'll tell you why I don't think you necessarily have to pay for it. But those entrepreneurs, you do. But let me show you first. All right, hold on. All right, so it is called WiseStamp. And basically, it makes your email signature if you're using Outlook or Hotmail, hopefully not Hotmail, but some people still do, Gmail, anything like that. It makes your signature look awesome. And you can, if you're a business owner, I suggest you pay for it because you don't want to see the little link at the bottom to get a signature just like this. I just think it looks cheesy when you're using not a Gmail account, you're using an actual real account, and then you're using something free. But you start where you are and use what you need. So WiseStamp, and here's some examples of what your signature in your general email, your live.com, live.ca, your Hotmail, they can look like this. And there's even an app, so you can get that on your phone as well. So you just have this very professional looking signature. And it's something that I think a little goes a long way. It just makes a huge impact when you see it. It just adds to it. There's links to your social because people are looking for you. There could be a link to your calendar plus your picture. All these things are super important. And again, it's just a little extra touch. So wisestamp.com, check them out. They offer a free service. Again, for entrepreneurs, level up your brand. It's worth paying for. But for everybody else, the free service is just awesome. So tell me what you guys think about that. Those really cool. Do you guys like it? Anybody use it right now? I want to know. Okay, let me jump in here and see what everybody is saying. Great, 5 points. Thank you so much. Hey, Michelle, I love your last name. Oh, Norm Jones, I love your last name too. That's right. Okay, 9 p.m. Team Live. Thank you for all these Team Lives. And Charmaine Bryan saying, I just started to showcase content. It makes so much sense, especially when you've taken the time to create it in the first place. Yes. And making sure that you are logging it somewhere so that you can easily share it when you do that. Let me see what else. I know there's some questions in there because guess what? It's time to give you my A's to your Q's. And while I'm looking for your questions, I'll start with a question that I got in my inbox because you know what, people slide in my DMs all day long, and they're asking me questions. So this one was a live question. This one was a voice note question, and I wanted to share it with you because it's a good one. So, how often should I be posting my content? I don't want to overload my audience, but I don't want to be too infrequent either. What is the happy medium? This is a very fantastic question. And it is one of those tough questions to ask or to answer because it all depends. And it really depends on the quality of content that you're sharing. So if you're just sharing a bunch of links of curated content that you found, where you're just showing up alongside other people's content, that's not serving you as much. But if you are creating content, you want to start testing it out there. You want to see what people are responding to. And so I would suggest, and that it's one of those, it depends. You can start with 2 to 3 times a week as long as you are engaging with other people's content. I almost think that's more important than how many pieces of content that you create. The reason why is as long as you engage with your network, especially the people you feel that when you do post something, they should see it, you increase the likelihood of them actually seeing it. And that's the top priority there. You also don't want to hit them with too much content. And you will start to see if you escalate that number too high, you'll start to see a drop-off point. There are a lot of people, and there's many schools of thought to this. There are a lot of people who think that, you should be posting 3-4 times a day. I mean, Gary Vee does it. But I'm the opposite. And I think there is a happy medium, but it is individual to the brand. So I realize that this is not quite giving you the answer that you're looking for, but focus on value. The strategy that I use is appointment-based content. So meaning, for sure that you can see me here right now, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Tuesday. I let my audience know and they expect it. So they expect content from me at least once a week. And so I'm using that strategy. And I used it before when I used to do weekly videos as well. So you have to test it. And it really comes down to the value that you're giving and consistency. If that means starting out once or twice a week and being consistent with that, and then ramping up and testing and loading and to see it when there becomes a drop-off point, then as well, that's how you can layer it. But start with maybe 2 to 3 times a week and see what happens. Hope that answers your question. And oh my gosh, 1 minute left. No, 2 minutes. I'm going to give myself a little extra time. I'm telling you, I tried. I really am. I'm trying. So let's see here. I got apparently 1 minute and 24 seconds, but I'm going to go a little bit longer. So, because I want to get into your questions as well. So I'm jumping in here too, just to see. So Trisha Ann says that LinkedIn is a power tool for networking, learning new concepts, self-development, and generating business. I love it. It is absolutely true. The evening is more convenient for a lot of people, which is great. Perfect timing. I'm loving to hear that, this counterintuitive timing is working for people. So that's awesome. So I'm just scrolling through because I got a lot of comments, which I really appreciate. Let's see here. Just started to learn how to use Canva. It's great. Dr. Terry Carell, it is awesome. Canva is amazing. Lottie says she loves Wise Stamp. So again, I'm going to jump back in to see if I have any more questions. I know they're in there. So I do minimum once a day and I engage with those around me. I might only post a second time if the content is adding value. If not, I like once a day on LinkedIn. absolutely. If it's working for you, run with it. And I like that. I find that we don't want to do 2, 3, 4 times a day on LinkedIn, especially. Instagram, they're suggesting go to stories more and pull back on the profile content, maybe going, look at that, time's up. That timer is rude. I'm going to get it out of the way. We got to move this. But no, it'll remind me that I need to stop talking. Okay, so Bryn says, 100% agree. When you comment on a post with thought leadership, you can always get way more engagement than the post. 100% true. I so agree with you. I'm doing both recording and the replay. Love it. Tap that app actually is always fire. Thank you so much. Yes, impression is everything. Hopefully not Hotmail. I know. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend anybody on the Hotmail, but it's time to step up your game. Gmail, at least. Okay. So Lucretia is saying, there are some things that I really want to respond to, and others I simply appreciate the comment, but don't particularly want to engage the comment. What do you say that I should try to do to respond to everything, or only when my comment will be most meaningful? Okay, so let me see, because I want to know, Lucretia, the question that I'm asking, is this on your content? Because if it's on your content, you got to be responding. I'm a person where, especially the first few days and even longer, I'm a responder to everything. As long as I can get into it, I try to respond to everybody's comments. Even the ones that are just like an emoji, I kind of respond with like, but I tend to respond fully to most comments just because I think it's important that I do. And also, like Bryn said, she's like, you have an opportunity to share thought leadership, right? So taking that time to respond to comments. So if that was about your content, that's my answer. If it's about other people's content that you're on there, no, you don't have to respond to everything at all. You have to respond to mentions, but you also have to take the time and invest the time to respond to the right stuff. So where you can truly add value, because you will see that your actions get noticed by others. They're seeing you. And I think it's also great from a show up tactic to where other people get the opportunity to respond to your comments as well. I see that happen a lot with me, where I respond to something and people are responding or liking my comments on somebody else's post. So it is worth the time, effort, and energy to do so. I have all my FAQs in my notes section that helps me respond quickly. Angela, so smart, because you know what people are asking. So having those notes are so important. Hi, Cher. Commenting, engaging as your business account on potential business prospects. What are your thoughts? Oh, absolutely. So Charlene wants to know is like, when you're commenting and engaging as your business account on potential business prospects, what are your thoughts? Comes back down to, how does your business account show up for business, right? So when you look at the business account, as long as it's showing up credible, that's awesome. But sometimes you're going to have to judge, what is it better? Is it better for your personal brand to show up, or is it better for your business account to show up? Usually it's a strategic decision, but they're both fine as long as you can qualify why you're using one or the other. Hope that helps. Okay, great content. Thank you so much. FAQs. Yep, that's important. Very true about responding. Hey, Michelle, love it. Okay, hold on. Let me see. There's anything else that I need to respond to. What's the difference between, this is a great question. Thank you, Nick, for asking this. What's the difference between showcase content and regular content? So the showcase, okay, basically it's your best stuff. You know that if you were to share this with somebody, they'd be super impressed. I've made some things where it's like, yeah, that was okay when I step back and look. And it's not that I went in thinking, I'm going to make some okay content today. But there are some things where you've really, like, you went to town, you put your foot in that content, you really worked hard, and it became something awesome. So having, knowing what those pieces are and having easy access to those pieces, so knowing the URL and tracking all your content, quite frankly, but you know the good ones. So that's what I mean by your showcase content, that stuff that can really stand out, that can really make a difference. And I think it's really important that everybody, to be quite frank, has some articles that are on their LinkedIn profile. Because the reason why is they show up. Right now with all the other stuff you create, whether it's videos or documents or anything like that, they don't have a home on your activity settings. Just your latest article does. So that might be a great place for your epic showcase content. You can also include that kind of content in your profile. So in the about section, you can make it you can add multimedia elements. So it could be a video. If you look at the Just Ask Cher section on my LinkedIn profile, you'll see all of my series 1 videos that I was doing, my Just Ask Cher videos. They're all there. So again, showcase content that I can share with people. Hope that answers your question. All right, let's see. Seeing if there's anything else that I missed. Getting back in there. Guys, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, I know, it's a little longer than I wanted to. Yeah, it depends on your audience. Absolutely. And so, yes, I thank you guys for letting me know as well how, whether you want it nighttime or daytime, whether you're team live or team replay, let me know in the comments. I also want to encourage you to send me your questions, send me your episode ideas. Next week, I'm going to be, I think, unless something else inspires me, I'm going to be talking about how you integrate your side hustle into your social media presence. So on your LinkedIn profile, how you can balance the two, because these days side hustles can actually be kind of attractive to some employers because it showcases your entrepreneurial strengths. Or you can also use them to leverage, you can get the skills that you're not getting at work to get to the next opportunity at work. So those are things that we're going to talk about next week. A little debate on that. It's trending right now on LinkedIn. So maybe that will be my topic. Unless you give me a better one, I'm open. I'm ready. You know it. So anybody else have any questions before I let y'all go? And let me take one last look. And I really, again, appreciate all you guys for your support, your comments, and everything like that. This is awesome. Oh, should I invest in paid ads? Yes, Nick. You should absolutely invest in paid ads, I think. But this is my caveat with paid ads. This is not where you want to DIY it. I think that's where paid ads get a bad rep, is because people are like, oh, it's easy. I'll just set up a Facebook ad, and they go and do it. I know although your skill set would definitely lend from the content perspective, but I think that there are people right now that are so up on the ad game, the social media ad game, and can really help you achieve your goals because you're doing some amazing work. I think it's just about creating lookalike audiences. So it's funny because Richard Moore talked about this yesterday on his live stream, and it's really about taking a look at your LinkedIn audience that you have right now and creating a lookalike audience and going out there and advertising to them, because obviously you've built this audience based off of people liking your content. So they'll take the same sort of qualities and likes that they look at and find and build that audience for you. So that might be something. Okay, so you're a LinkedIn responding queen. Thank you, Liberty. I use your LinkedIn video strategy as a case study in my video marketing workshops. You understand the importance of responding and engagement. It's true. I can't tell you how important it is and how much I don't take it for granted that you guys respond to my stuff, that you guys take the time and leave comments. There's also a community of people who jump in the comments that you can network with as well. And quite frankly, that is how I have built this little queendom, if you will. I'll take that. Because one comment at a time. That's how I do it, because I only post once a week. I am going to up that a little bit just because I'm adding in a little few more strategies. But this queendom was built with one content piece a week. That's it. But it all comes down to engagement. I value engagement over content when it comes to the value of my brand. Yes, this content is important. But even if you slip, and trust me, I slipped on the content game, you cannot slip on the engagement game, because you can continue to build the momentum of your brand through visibility that way. It's not the same as content, but when you do it, your brand is on fire because of it. Okay. Great job in helping us who may not be as resourceful with email and social media. Thank you so much, Gerald. I appreciate that. And Bryn's sharing some links as well. So definitely go through these comments. There's resources. And Wade saying this is useful for today. Thank you. All right. Anything else? Guys, I promise I will jump into the comments and respond to everything that hasn't been answered, but I wanted to keep it relatively short, which I'm so not doing. So I'm almost 15 minutes. So I'm going to wrap in 2 minutes because let's keep it at 45 minutes, right? That works. Yeah? Yeah? I hope so. And there's just a few shout outs actually that I wanted to go through. So let me just quickly show you that, and then I'll have some final words for you. So the BPTN, if you are in the Toronto area and you are a Black professional in technology, you definitely want to check out this summit. Of course, screenshot this right now. Share. You have 2 more days to get 30% off using this code. So if you want it, screenshot it. All right. Moving on to the next. I'll be there. Love to see you there. This is a special shout out. Doug, I know you're watching. This is a guy, you guys, if you're not following Doug, this is the mess. We're talking about engagement. This is a guy who yesterday sent me a video DM, and there's nobody who has it more on point than Doug does. And then he also shared it with his network, talked about my content and my show tonight, but he was also very encouraging. So you need to watch Doug and, get on Lehman's terms, because he's just showing you how to really be engaging at a personal level. This wasn't some canned response, guys. This was straight up individual, personalized email, or, well, not really an email, a DM with a video. So I really appreciate that. I just wanted to shout him out. Thank you so much for that. And yeah. Please leave your questions, comments below, slide into the DMs. If we are not connected yet, come on now. Let's get connected. I'm on Instagram as it's Cher Jones, on LinkedIn, on Twitter. And of course, you guys can definitely check out my channel, Just Ask Cher. Just search that hashtag on YouTube and then subscribe, because you can see all my videos that I talked about. They're all there. And I would love to connect with you on any network where you feel you're more social at, because you know what? Sharing is caring, and I'll make sure that you know what you need to know. So one thing I'd like to say is thank you so much for watching this episode of Just Ask Cher. From what I see right now in the comments, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time seems like the time on lock. So I will let you know whether that time changes, or maybe I'll do both in one day. I don't know. But thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you on the next episode.